Hello and welcome to the newspaper review here on Tab TV. My name is Obed Jerry, your host for today, and yes, you know what we do here. Here we talk about stories making rounds on the papers with members of the streets, and we are the streets of Port Harcourt like we've been doing for a time now. Yes, we get to discuss with people on the streets, get to see their thoughts and reactions as regards headlines making rounds on the papers. And you out there can also be a part of this show. Please drop your comment if you have anything to add to what is being discussed here in the comment section, and subscribe to our channel if you are yet to subscribe. Turn on your notification button and connect with us across all our social media platforms, so that when we drop videos like this, you get to receive our notifications. Well, before we discuss with members of the streets, let's first look into the newspapers and see what the stories look like. Today being Thursday night, May 2024, we can see at the Nation's newspaper, it says more food items, drugs, in educational materials to be exempted from VAT. Visually added tax. Details is found on page 2. Iwanya who alleges threat to life, why George Obiozo died. Details is found on page 2. Withdrawal of army from Okwama excites Oboriveri. Details is found on page 2. Akpabio to NDDC. Work with your governors. Details is found on page 4. EFCC to arraign Sirika, daughter, son-in-law for 4.135 billion naira fraud. Details is found on page 2. And in the main story here on the Nations, it says Fubara lawmakers feud throw rivers into turmoil. Some story under that reads 3 pro-governor legislatures elect speaker. Council chiefs, governor disagree over withheld allocation. Details of this story is found on page 4. Cybersecurity levy to tackle crimes, terrorism. Details is found on page 2. Delta APC threatens action over council poll. UNN opens first vaccine center. Details of these stories are found on page 6 and 26 of the Nation's newspaper. And moving on, we'll be looking at the Punch newspaper. We could see at the first story here reads, police to go after illegal POS operators. Details is found on page 21. 3 states demand $501 million loan repayment suspension. Details is found on page 29. Nigeria Air, Sirika, daughter charged with 2.7 billion naira fraud. Details is found on page 20. Detained journalists. Protesters storm force headquarters today. Details is found on page 12. The main story on the Punch reads, federal government plans fresh audit of 2.7 trillion naira subsidy claims. Details of the story is found on page 2. And lastly for today, we'll be looking at the New Telegraph newspaper. We could see as headline here reads, corruption. Federal government tracks 1,721 uncompleted projects worth 284.6 billion naira. Civil servants fingered. Details is found on page 3. External reserves gained $237.6 million in 2 weeks. Details is found on page 25. Reps probe Binance executive escape from Nigeria. Invites Ribadu. Wants NSA to hands off case. Details is found on page 3 and 4. 2024 oil bid rounds for investors, not politicians, says minister. Will intervene in issues between federal government, oil marketers, says Abbas. Details of this story is found on page 3 and 5 of the New Telegraph newspaper. Tread with caution. AI must reflect our values. Catholic bishop, says Catholic bishop. Details is found on page 28. PDP to APC, call for Fubara's impeachment, delusional. Details is found on page 2 and 28. On the main story here, we could see it says insecurity, why federal government must review the radicalization program. Says retired general, DSS director. Details of these stories are found on page 3, 26 and 29 of the New Telegraph newspaper. Cybersecurity levy will mobilize nationwide protests, says TUC. Says Tinubu policies shutting down businesses. Levy will further impoverish Nigerians, says Obi. Details is found on page 2 and 7. Kano, lawyers take MBA to court over election disqualification. Details is found on page 30. Bill on unemployment benefit scheme passes second reading in Senate. Details is found on page 28. Governors not opposed to new minimum wage, says Sule. Says they will act on tripartite panel recommendations. Details is found on page 4 and 7 of the New Telegraph. Alleged 2.7 billion naira fraud. EFCC to arraign Sirika, daughter, 2 others today. And that's all be taken on the New Telegraph newspaper. Now let's get to see the reactions of people on the streets. Let's get to hear what they have to say as regard these headlines on these papers. Stay tuned. All right, good morning, sir.
Yeah, God, you are blessed. Sir.
Welcome, sir. It's good to have you here.
Also, you too.
All right, you could see cybersecurity issue has been going on in Nigeria for a while now. They're looking for ways to curb these fraudulent activities. Now, they urged all POS, over 1.9 million POS users, to register under the CAC, regardless of if your organization was registered before now. Like if you have a shop and you've registered it under CAC, you still have to register your POS. And now police is saying that they'll go after illegal POS operators. They are tagging anybody that does not register their company as illegal. What do you have to say about that?
What I want to tell you in the psychologically, when you do the POS and make everything to be easy for people, reduce the stress of going to bank and collecting money. So automatically, I know it's a business, but the real psychologically, they should give them enough time for them go through which they cannot be to meet up. You understand? So that is what I can mean, because for example now, even if you are traveling, you can branch on any POS and collect. You understand? And I believe my God that all the POS have one connection with the bank.
Yes, exactly.
The bank is benefited from them. So automatically, if they will be registered, they should give them enough chance for them. So that, because for example, if the way of reducing them now, it will see affect the people of collecting money for people, so that it's not take it way of forcefully. They should exercise patience, so that in order for them to give them enough chance for them to register.
All right, thank you very much, sir.
God bless you.
All right, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Welcome. It's good to have you here.
Good to be here again.
Welcome. On the New Telegraph newspaper, we could see a headline that says cybersecurity levy will mobilize nationwide protests, says Trade Union Congress. This is a follow-up that CBN is saying that for every transaction, electronic transaction, there will be a 0.5 percentage levy that to be paid, deducted from the account, aside the normal bank charge that is being deducted. This is a means to tackle fraudulent activities. That's what they said. What do you have to say about it?
It is saddening, I would say, at this point in time where hardship has struck every Nigerian citizen. I feel like this is the time to mourn for our country, Nigeria. If the presidency can come out through the CBN, to the CBN governor, to say that for every transaction that is being made by citizens, that there will be a 0.5% charges on a particular transfer or a particular transaction done by a bank account.
Now, if you do 10 transactions every day, you'll be debited 10 times aside your normal bank
charges that is being deducted by each bank. Now, this is a cry, I would say, to all Nigerians out there. It is a cry to every bank owners out there, bank account owners rather out there, and because this is going to affect not just the rich, but it's going to affect also the poor. Every person, as long as you have a bank account and you make transactions with that account, you are going to be charged a 0.5% charges for cyber security levy. Now, one will ask himself, what is the cyber security levy and what is this money being used for? Now,
how does it relate to cyber security?
Yeah, and funny enough, I would say it's a time where I would look at Nigerians and say that, yes, Nigerians are coming out to say that, yes, Tinubu revitalize and rejuvenate Lagos State and give Lagos State a point whereby other community or other states are looking at Lagos State and say this is the front hold of Nigeria. Tinubu did it by himself without the federal government, and this is how he did it. Imposing tax on ordinary citizens. People are crying out there.
Would say it's an irrelevant tax.
Yeah, definitely it's an irrelevant tax, because if you look at the situation of the country today,
you're supposed to look for measures to support it rather than exporting.
Now, funny enough, even looking at the paper today, we see that even the presidential candidate for Labour Party has come out to say that it is saddening. It is a sad one, as Nigerians, we are going through a lot. The price of commodities are going high every day. The price of fuel is skyrocketing.
Insecurity
is there. Naira to dollar, and The economy is crashing, it's crumbling every day as we look at it. But our president is coming out through the CBN governor to say that he wants to charge us more. Why? This is a time whereby you look at measures or means whereby to support the Nigerian. Why don't you give out grants to people, build ideas of people, push their ideas that they can give us more funds, that this can boost the economy of the nation, but instead you are charging us more. You are taking from us, you are milking us. Well, this is the Nigeria that we crave for. Everybody that voted the current president Tinubu, I tell you that this is the Nigeria that you are going to face in the next 8 years. Because I bet you, Tinubu is not going to go out of government after this tenure. He's going to run again and he's going to win. No, just like the previous government, that's the Buhari government. They keep coming at us with promises, but at the end of the day, empty promises. They come to milk from us. And you see, it is rare for any sitting president to lose an election. Unlike
power of incumbents.
Yeah, power of incumbents. Unlike Goodluck Jonathan, who did that because he wanted the peace of the nation, and he said it that his blood, the blood of every single Nigerian, does not want his position as the president of the country. But would we see this current president doing the same thing? Because we see for a fact, if Nigerians want to be truthful to themselves, this current government is a failed one. This current government, as we see today, is a failed one. Nigerians, we have not enjoyed a single thing. There's nothing that anybody will come out and say that, yes, I have benefited from this particular government. No, they will not come out and say that. Because for every day and every time, people and new policies keep coming out that is detrimental to this economy, that is detrimental to the ordinary citizen of the federation. So I don't think this cybersecurity levy is a good one. Now, funny enough, they come out to say that, okay, this money is being used for cybersecurity levy and it's going to be channeled to something. But where is the transparency? Would they come out and tell Nigeria that this is what this money is being used for? Now, people will say, oh, 0.5% is nothing.
For how many million?
Do you know how many million bank accounts we have in the country as we speak? Do you know how many transactions go on in a day? Calculate that money, a little mathematics, and you will see that yes, this particular millions and billions will be made in the space of a month. Millions and billions will be made in the space of a month. But will this money be channeled to something useful to the society, to the community, to Nigeria as a whole? The Abacha loot has been collected. It keeps coming in, but we don't see the usage of it. And now they are coming to tell us something else. Well, we hope for a better Nigeria, and we pray we see it someday.
All right, as a patriotic Nigerian, do you think there is hope? As a patriotic Nigerian, do you think there is hope for Nigeria at the moment? Seeing how the policies are going, seeing how the plans and everything is going in the country, do you think there is hope?
Well, for this present government, I would say no. Because if you want to know that something is going on really well, even if you are counting, there will be little progress coming in. Even if we count 3 steps back and we count 2 steps forward, you know that okay, at least you are doing something good. But all we keep seeing up until this time is the country moving backward. Nothing is going forward. The youth are crying and clamoring for job opportunities, and we are not seeing, and they are coming out to tell us there is job everywhere, there is job. Where is the job? Where is the job? People will tell you that yes, you can work from home, you can do that. No, I will bet you that when our fathers left their villages and come to the cities to hunt for jobs, there are jobs everywhere now. There are jobs, but
so many jobs with lesser persons.
Yes, what we are seeing today is those that have jobs are losing their jobs. So the ones that doesn't have jobs, which opportunities are we going to look out for? This is not the Nigeria that we crave for. This is not the Nigeria that we pray for. But we hope that come rain, come shine, Nigeria will be better again. This government, I don't think so. Maybe when Peter Obi becomes the president of Nigeria, that is what we hope for.
All right, thank you very much. All right, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Welcome, it's good to have you here again.
Thank you.
Now in Nigeria, I could see in recent times there's been this cybersecurity issue. Nigeria has been tagged a very fraudulent and illegal act country. So the government and the CBN is trying to tackle this issue. So one of their plans, their instructions that they gave out was for all POS merchants, over 1.9 POS users, that they should register their POS machines, their POS businesses under the CAC, regardless of if you are having a registered organization before now under CAC, that you should still register your POS. And they gave a deadline of July 7th, less than 2 months time, and they are saying that anybody that violates it would be arrested. Now this headline is saying police to go after illegal POS operators. Now anybody that violates that instruction will be tagged as illegal POS operator. What do you have to say about that?
This is quite, should I say, a very legit development, because of late, if you look around, in this Rumokoro junction that we're standing alone, you can count the number of POS. It looks as if it's now between our fingers. You pass this one, you're seeing a POS. So it looks as if there has been no proper orientation when it comes to POS. Anybody can just wake up one day and start using having access to your cards, because all these POS agents we're having now, we're entrusting our funds to them.
Exactly.
You can imagine. I'm telling you, total account details. Now, the truth is, of late, most Nigerians they now actually know that your POS machines can actually save your details. So it is. Just like I said, this is the perfect development, because it will take, and of late we have heard Nigerians complaining about loss of funds due to all these POS machines. I also have a case where someone very close to me was actually duped. In place of you can imagine 10,000 naira, and you took out 100,000. Now you can see things like so. This is a very perfect development, and it's really going to help a lot, because just like I said, it's going to take out, though it's not going to completely eradicate, at least some persons will just have to keep their fingers crossed, knowing fully well that they are registered. Now, I hope it will not be like our NIN, our NIN, that they'll just wake up one day and they close down.
Right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, this is where we come to the end of the program for today. This is where we draw our curtains for today. You've heard everything that has been discussed here. You've seen the actions, thoughts, and reactions as regards what we discussed here by the members of the street. You can also be a part of this show. Please subscribe to our channel. If you are yet to subscribe, drop your comments in the comment section. Follow us across all our social media platforms. My name is Obed Jerry, your co-host for today. And this has been the newspaper review here on TAF TV. See you next time.